I've helped finance thousands of restaurant owners' businesses over the years and helped them grow their business. If you're looking to grow your restaurant business, it's actually easier than you think. Stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to share some secrets that have helped other restaurant owners be wildly successful. So I've spoken to many restaurant owners over the years. I've helped them get financing. I've helped them grow their businesses. I'm a big fan of food. I love going out to restaurants, and I'm always very conscious when I'm in restaurants, how they're operating, the things that they're doing. So what I've found over the years is it really just comes down to four things with any restaurant. It's food, atmosphere, menu, and experience. And all of them are just as important. So let's talk about food. When you first got started, I'm sure all these things were a big focus. And now that you got started, maybe things that you put in the menu, food that you started with on the menu, are just things that people don't like. You have to really get real with this. It always ceases to amaze me when I'm at a restaurant and the food is just mediocre, especially if it's a nicer restaurant. A restaurant at any level, like your food, all those options on the menu, your burger should be the best burger in town. And if you look at each one of your food options, maybe you have too many options. What food can you eliminate? If you're using a POS system, what's just not selling? Get it off of your menu. Put focus on 20 amazing things versus 50 mediocre things. But if you look at each individual dish, and if you have that dish or you give that dish to somebody and they're just like, then it's time to rethink that dish and change around that food. This may seem obvious. What I've seen happen is a lot of restaurant owners, they get started, they get so caught up in the day-to-day, they start with this menu, and then the thought of having to change the menu or change what they're doing just becomes so scary that you do nothing and then you wonder why customers aren't coming back. So really look at your food, and whether you're an Italian restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, a sushi restaurant, a steakhouse, American cuisine, a diner, your food quality, your food dishes should be amazing. People should leave your business talking about how great their egg breakfast was. And even if it's as simple as eggs, what can you do to put a twist on this? I've seen this transition recently with, I'm based out of New York, so there's a lot of diners. A lot of the diners suck. And there's these new breakfast and lunch places that are knocking it out of the park. They're delivering, omelets with a twist, and they're just amazing breakfast options. It sounds silly, but these places charge almost double what the diners do, and it's just amazing how this transition's happening, because every single dish at some of these newer modern places are just amazing, and they don't have all these options of mediocre. So the next thing is atmosphere. At any level of a restaurant today, whether you're the quick grab and go, whether you're the little pizza place to the high-end steakhouse, everyone wants to be in an awesome atmosphere. So even if you're that little place in town and you haven't updated your atmosphere in 10 years, it's time to take a real look at your restaurant. People want cool, trendy, up-to-date, clean. If your bathroom is not the nicest bathroom ever, then you need to rethink what's going on in your restaurant. People actually judge a restaurant by the bathroom. It's silly, but all that goes into your atmosphere. And if you're going to fight that and challenge that, then don't be surprised of why you're not increasing your sales. It's time to update that atmosphere. Try and walk into your business as an outsider, like it's the first time you're there, and be critical on yourself and look at everything from the seats, the tables, the booths, the paint on the walls to the decor. Get really real with yourself. And if you're not good at that, then just bring a designer in as a consultant to give you some ideas. You can still probably do the work on your own, but bring somebody in that's good with that so that you can win big with your atmosphere. The next is your menu. Now, I talked about food before, but the menu is get clear on that menu. Do you have too many things on the menu? Simplify the menu. Is the menu laid out in a simple and easy to read way? And then is your menu priced out the right way? So really get focused and get clear in your menu. Look at it again as an outsider. I always shake my head when I go into restaurants and the menu's literally a mess. It's uneasy to read. It doesn't make sense. There's all this stuff. I don't know where to look. There's a science to laying out a menu. And I really recommend that you dig and dive into your own menu and look at it as an outsider. What can you eliminate? What can you make better? And another thing that drives me crazy is when I'm in a restaurant and the menu is just like beat up and old. I'm already grossed out and afraid to order. So really look at your menus. Silly thing, little things make a big difference. There's not going to be one thing that I'm going to be able to tell you ever in your business. It's always going to be a matter of making improvements in a number of small areas which will equal big change or big increase in sales. And the last point here is experience. And what I mean by that is an amazing customer experience. Even if you're a pizza place and not a high-end steakhouse, people still want an amazing experience. And do your employees, does your team, does everybody know that works in your business, from the hostess at the front to the waiters and waitresses to the cooks in the back, especially anybody that's interacting with your customers, do they understand that they're there to deliver an awesome experience? Because your customers want a great experience. They're not there to just, your business, your mission shouldn't just be about preparing and selling food. It should be about delivering an amazing experience. And that experience goes back to everything that I've gone over in this video. From the atmosphere, from the food quality, from the simplicity and easy to read menu. All those things make such a huge difference. And again, I'll repeat myself, is it's having focus in all these areas that will equal big change. And if you miss out on one of these areas, it's not going to deliver a great experience, and you're not going to get people to come back to your restaurant. The reality is today is that there's so many different restaurant options at every single level, and you have to get focused on all these areas, and you have to be the best in all those areas. Two bonuses that I'll leave you with is liquor and dessert. If you don't have a liquor license, you should get one. Alcoholic drinks are highly profitable, there's high margins in them, and people, when they come to your restaurant, they probably want to have a drink. So that's an area that you should be looking into. And the second is dessert. Dessert is another highly profitable area and that gets so overlooked by so many different businesses. Even if you're a pizza place, you should have an amazing dessert option. So when families come into your business, one, they'll be ordering dessert, but two, when they leave, the kids will be screaming because they want to come back to your pizza restaurant because you have the best dessert in town. Anything that you can do or add to have something that's just amazing and wild and outlandish that will get people talking about it, that's going to help drive them back into your business. So you should literally have the best dessert options in town. And that's one of the last things that they'll probably have in your business, so that's what you'll be leaving them with. So think about dessert and think about liquor. So yes, I know there's no easy way to do any of these things. You're not just going to be able to snap your fingers and poof, increase the sales in your restaurant. You're going to have to put focus in all these areas to make big change, to make a big increase in your sales, and more importantly, to deliver an amazing customer experience. If you realize that, hey, I'm going through this transition, I need to make serious updates in my restaurant, check out my link below. We've helped finance many restaurant owners make those necessary updates to stay relevant and to stay winning in their restaurant business. If you enjoyed this video, which I hope you did, please subscribe to my channel. I put out tips and different things like this to help you grow your business just about every day. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk soon, and I wish you nothing but success in your restaurant. Talk soon.